Hi, it's Dr. Ford, and welcome to Week 8 in General Psychology, and this is your walkthrough video for the week. We have just 2 things left to do in General Psychology. We have our Week 8 forum and our final project. So let's take a look at the forum. This is kind of a review, and we're doing the IOU method of review. IOU in this case stands for interesting or usable. So in your post, you can mention 3 psychology concepts and or theories that you found interesting and tell us why. Or you can discuss ways in which 3 psychology concepts and or theories are usable in your daily life. So you can think about how you might use it in your personal life, in your student life, or as an employee. So be sure to mention the specific concepts and give examples of how you would use each of them. Or you can use any combination of the above in terms of interesting or usable, as long as you discuss 3 psychology concepts and or theories total. So once you make your post, of course, you'll wait 5 minutes, come back and reply to 2 of your classmates' posts. Don't forget that last part. To earn full credit, you want to make your post and 2 replies to posts from your classmates. And then we've got our final project. The instructions are linked here. I know this can be kind of a scary name. Final anything tends to be scary. However, this is only worth 10% of your final grade. And it's called a final project because it's kind of a review, as well as a way to apply the concepts you've learned to your life. I'm not really going to go over the final project in this video because, as you can see down at the bottom here, I have a walkthrough of the final project as a video posted here. One last thing that I want to note, and this is very important, is that we do finish this class at the end of this week. Our Sci 150 class is an 8 weeks class. Sometimes people call it a mini-mester. And as you know, I typically accept forums and projects late. However, I cannot do this during week 8. Why? Because grades are due the next day, right after the term ends. Lucky me. So these last 2 assignments are due on Sunday, and then the very next day, which is Monday, grades are due by 5 p.m. So I cannot take any late work during week 8. However, if you experience an emergency during the final week of our class, please let me know. There are ways to get exceptions made to final grades, but it must be due to something serious, and you must have documentation of the emergency. This is our last video in our last week of class. I also wanted to say that I've enjoyed having all of you in class, and I hope you've enjoyed the experience. It is also my hope that you've learned a lot about psychology. If you'd like, you can keep in touch with me on LinkedIn. I always like to know how my students are doing. And I wish you all a great rest of your term.